part of the challenge of writing a concerto, especially for someone as fabulous as this performer is. It has to fit, it has to be tailor-made like a glove.
Upon receiving the score, I looked through it immediately. Like, of course, my eyes are feasting on it. Something I've been waiting on and waiting for a long time. I mean, not that David took so long, but just in terms of even the birth of the idea of this piece. It's been already like years in the making, and so finally to see it come to fruition, it really was like waiting in the labor room and not knowing what to expect.
The piece is called Pictures from the Floating World. I was thinking a lot about the bassoon and fluidity and Danny and Yannick, and thinking very much about the interaction of Japanese art and French composers, actually. I was thinking Matsukawa, Séguin, you know, the language of these guys. It all kind of came together. And so the movements are really inspired by Debussy, especially, and by this Japanese art and the interaction there. I'm really interested in places where cultures overlap and connect.
We had a joke was that it cannot be a bassoon concerto, that it had to be something more lyrical. What I mean by that is nothing so bouncy. After Fantasia, the cartoon industry took the bassoon and made us more the go-to caricature instrument of the music world. And I think a lot of us were okay with that, but at this point it's time to bring back the age of lyricism.
It's a very difficult instrument to write a concerto for, partly because it doesn't project like a piano. But actually, it's very close to writing for the voice. It's a wind instrument, and it's one that you think about breath a lot, and you think about the range, that every single note has, as I said, has its own identity. Just like a singer, the low part of their range can be very different from the top. And what you do then composing for it is that you need to clear space. So you need to make sure no other instrument is playing in that range.
He had me sit down with him for like 3 hours the very first time, and he's like, all right, just show me what the bassoon could do. And I was like, what? Okay. And I says, we just, you know, and it sounds grueling, but it was a lot of fun. I played everything from you know, A to Z in terms of just the register, different articulations, how fast I could play, how long, how soft, how loud, the different, again, just the various colors that the bassoon can produce. He was, you know, writing a mile a minute, not the piece already, but just taking notes and nodding constantly, and then asking tons of questions as well.
What I'm writing here is something with enough instruments that can make a nice full orchestral sound, but that won't blow the bassoon away either. But really this is his piece in the sense that he was my coach writing for it. Mm-hmm. He's been calling me his composer, like he's Prince Esterhazy or something. And, you know, I'll be out and he'll come up and he'll say to my friends, what are you doing talking to my composer? So, you know what, I kind of like that.